You want to talk about a slap in the face for college football? This is what is best described what we just saw on yesterday and what we got today. Because let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuned in right now, get ready. We told you this was going to happen. And to be honest with you, who is surprised? It was only a matter of time before we were starting to get freaking holdouts from athletes like this. It was only a matter of time before we officially got the whole ordeal with dudes holding out of their NIL deals because they want to renegotiate. They want more money. And guess whose fault that is? You have no one to blame but yourself. No one. The NCAA, when they put in NIL 4 years ago, about a month ago, would have been exactly 4 years on the dot. This is the type of precedent we have put together in college football. We have contract negotiational holdouts. We have brands that are from all across the world now getting involved with NIL, with these student athletes. We have agents involved. This is not what NIL was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be pay for play. And everybody's going to look at me and say, well, you're not pro student athlete. You're not pro NIL. That's BS. That's the exact opposite of what I am. Oh, God. And everybody wanted to give Pete Nico, somebody that I have a lot of appreciation for, a lot of BS over the weekend because of it. But guess what? He wasn't too far off. He was damn near on the money with it. And then we get freaking Nico's dad coming out and saying, well, he's a liar. Well, this is BS. This is not how we wanted it to go. Well, guess what? What happened to the news today? You don't show up for practice. We told you this was going to happen months ago. So whether you guys like it or not, this is the landscape of college football we got to deal with. Guys, welcome on inside the huddle. Got a good bit of you already tuned in. I'm your host, as always, Lucas Hill. Do us a favor. If you are watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us there, whether it honestly doesn't matter where you're watching, hit the like and share. Make sure you hit that bell notification because every time you turn on that bell notification, you are notified every time we go live. Every show is brought to you by our good friends at Hero Soap Company, herosoapcompany.com. Go out, support a great cause. Go out and support a great company. Use code HUDDLEUP for 10% off of all your soaps, of all your shampoos, conditioners, whatever it is that you put in your cart over at herosoapcompany.com. Hero Soap Company, let freedom clean. We are also brought to you by our good friends over at vocalbreaks.com. Vocalbreaks.com is one of the best in the business when it comes to AI-powered technology around the game, whenever it comes to music production, whenever it comes to podcasting, whenever, it doesn't matter what it is, guys. Vocalbreaks.com is right there for you. Use code LucasHill10 for 10% off of your monthly purchase. So excuse me for that intro, guys. I did not want to come in here in a bad mood. But guys, this is where we're at right now. And as Peter Griffin once said, you know what really grinds my gears? It's things like this. This is a slap in the face in college football. Because if you remember, a couple months ago when we talked about Tennessee and the whole situation with the private jet that a booster took out and took Nico with him to go take a visit to Tennessee, everybody defended them. Everybody stood up with them and said, hey, this is wrong. This is BS. Why is this thing? The NCAA and Tennessee went to court. Tennessee won. Everybody was up in arms. Everybody loved Nico. Well, now that this whole ordeal is going on, it feels like a slap in the face. Guys, we talked, I put this tweet out, I think literally yesterday, because of an act that the NCAA was or that Congress was proposing. And by the way, I am not for the Congress to being involved with the NCAA, by the way. It's just, it shouldn't even be happening. So and I'm going to bring you guys to this tweet real fast. Guys, we got a good bit of y'all up in here. If you're watching this on X, make sure you hit the repost button. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you boost that algorithm so we get some more people in here. Tell your friends that we're talking about this, because this is probably going to be the only thing we talk about today. I'm not going to lie. I put everything else out there with Isaiah Bond getting arrested, Kenny Burns getting fired. Honestly, that's minor in compared to all this. I know the Isaiah Bond thing is absolutely incredibly bad. I don't think I would have expected it from him. But I talked about this being restoring college sports, and we talked about all this. Part of it I was agreeing with, part of it just seemed really weird. But here's my thing. This is the kicker. If you want NIL money, your performance on the field needs to back it up. Not just in high school, but on the college game where the competition level is much, much higher. NIL was supposed to be about getting money from jerseys. It is now pay to play. Eventually, we will get holdouts because of NIL disagreements and more. Holy cow. When was this too? Oh, it was about 24 hours ago. Who was right? Told you. I didn't expect it to be the very next day we get holdouts, but that's the reality we live in, guys. If you think that you would not have expected this, you're dead wrong. You're absolutely dead wrong. This is a slap in the face to Tennessee athletics. This is a slap in the face of college football. So guess what? You wanted this. You're getting paid to play. Media was easy on college athletes, and everybody was up in arms against Nikos. Well, he wasn't too far off wrong. Guess what? Criticism is going to be for real this time, whether you like it or not. And to be honest, guys, if you don't like it, oh well. That's what you're going to have to deal with now. You don't like it because a college kid's getting, oh, well, he's only a college kid. So, you're getting paid to play the game. That's the bottom line, guys. So, guess what? We're going to treat you just like the NFL does. Don't be surprised if you go out in the media and you hear somebody talking about a college athlete. It's not going to be local. They're not going to be like, oh, well, they're just this, they're just that. No, they're going to treat you like an NFL player. He's not producing right. He can't do this right. He can't do that right. He's got to improve. They're not going to wait till after the draft to evaluate. They're going to be hard on you during the season. And they're going to be like, oh, you're being too hard on them. So, we're paying these dudes. What you going to do about it? Be right back in a little bit. I got to get me a sip of water. This is insane. Are you a music producer, DJ, or just someone who loves to remix tracks? Well, say goodbye to messy, low-quality track separations and hello to vocalbreaks.com, the most powerful AI-driven music editing tool on the market. Unlike other separation tools, Vocal Breaks harnesses the most advanced AI model available
delivering crystal clear vocals, pristine instrumentals, and an unmatched precision, all online with no software required. You can extract vocals or instrumentals with studio quality accuracy. It's perfect for remixes, mashups, karaoke, and music production, and for a faster, cleaner, and more reliable than any other service. So if you want the best, don't settle for less. Go on over to vocalbreaks.com and use code LucasHill10 now and experience the full future of AI-powered music editing. That's vocalbreaks.com using code LucasHill10.
Elevate your daily routine with the Hero Soap Company, a veteran-owned business dedicated to crafting high-quality, natural soaps right here in the U.S. of A. Each bar is handmade in Phoenix, Arizona, using premium natural ingredients sourced from American companies, ensuring a product that's both effective and environmentally conscious. With invigorating scents like peppermint and tea tree and soothing blends like lavender, there is a perfect match for everyone. But Hero Soap Company is more than just great soap. A portion of every sale is donated to charities supporting veterans and first responders, helping to give back to those who serve our communities. So visit our good friends at herosoapcompany.com today and use promo code HUDDLEUP to receive 10% off of your first purchase. Hero Soap Company, let freedom clean. Guys, we got about 55 of you guys up in here. Like I mentioned already, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and share. Make sure you tell them all those friend groups, hey, we're talking about this Nico EMI Lava situation right now. And if you're watching us on X, y'all know what to do to boost the algorithm. Hit the like, hit that repost button. Make sure you share to all those friend groups. Tell them, hey, Lucas Hill is live, and we are talking about Nico EMI Lava being a no-show in practice. So, hey, what is that going to do to your lineup? What is that going to do to your team going forward? What are we going to see? Because, look, there's a good and bad side to this. There's mostly bad. Mostly bad. The only good side of this is this. It's the first time this happened. Or the good side, I should say. It's the first time that this has happened. And to be honest with you, we're going to see more of it. That's where the bad comes in. Nico EMI Lava. Let me read you stats from Nico last year. Let me ask you this. Do you think he's worth the $1.6 million that this freaking dude thinks he's worth going into 2025 after these statistics? And in a season where you really didn't dominate? If you're a guy that 63% completion rate, 20 to 600 yards, 19 to 5 touchdown interception ratio. Cool. We can say that. We can look at that and say, oh, statistically, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Let's get real when we look at this. He didn't perform that well on the field. When I watched this kid play, he was not the best player on the field. He didn't make throws that dazzled me. There were times when the offense was so anemic, was so slow moving, that you have to understand, this was a roster that was mostly carried by a guy like Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson was the big reason why Tennessee had a lot of success last year. If you have to realize, I'm not saying Nico wasn't involved in the offense. I'm not saying that he was a bad part of the team. That's not what I'm getting at, guys. What I'm getting at is that this is a team that just was not good when it came to offensive production. They weren't balanced. They weren't consistent. There were times where you say, oh, well, this is a high-flying offense, especially at the beginning of the season. You're like, oh, my God, you're putting up 50 against a Dave Doran defense. Oh, my God, you're putting up 50, 60, 70 points a game, and then you go to Oklahoma is like, well, you got into a little bit of a tussle with Brent Venables' defense, no big deal. Then you go to Arkansas next week, and then you look like dog shit. So, all right, for the language. But that's the reality of it, guys. Against Alabama, sure, you won 24-17. Yeah, you might have looked good. Yeah, that might have been the case, but you really weren't impressive. Guys, most of the season was carried by Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson was a big reason why you had a lot of success last year. And I'm not saying Dylan Sampson was the sole reason. I know that you had a good combination at the receiving core. I know with guys like Brew McCoy, like Chris Brazzell and company, they were a big reason for the wins. But overall, Dante Thornton, another guy. Almost forgot about him. But overall, when I look at this team, I just don't see the same Nico that I got on a consistent basis like I saw in the Cheez-It Bowl in 2023. This was not a Tennessee team that I could really confidently say was going to be productive at the next level. I'm hoping he takes this next step forward, but seeing it how it's going right now with the holdout, it's turning into shit. I'm just telling you right now, it's not looking good at all. So Tennessee fans, if you're lucky, look, he's not happy where he is right now. I'm telling you. You may not believe me, but guys, you don't have to tell me about it. You can go ask anybody that's around Tennessee. He's not happy being there. He wants out. He does not want to be a part of that group. He does not want to be in this place. He does not want to be in Knoxville. Where does he want to be, Lucas? I don't know. Hell, he could go to frickin' Vegas and go be with Dan Mullen in their offense. I would say that's a better fit than that. But what do I know? It just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me just seeing what we got right now in college football. Look, I told you this was going to happen. I didn't think it'd come this early, though. That's my only thing. So, God, this is a slap in the face to a lot of, especially Tennessee fans. You guys stood up for them all the way back in, February? When they went through that lawsuit? Y'all stood by them. But guess what? Now you got to reap the consequences. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is just unbelievable seeing what we got going on in college football. Knowing what type of BS this just caused and what kind of crap this is going to happen. This is going to cause as well. Because you think it's just going to be a one-time ordeal? Yeah. You wish. You wish it was a one-time ordeal. No, this is going to continue. This is just going to continue and get worse and worse and worse and worse. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what more is going to come out of this, but I will say, Nico Live, if you're watching this, for a guy that was supposed to be the future for how you played, honestly, I don't think you even deserve a $2 million deal. What you're getting right now, you're lucky you're making that because of NIL endorsements. What did we tell you? Pay for play is affecting college football. That's essentially what we've come down to. Well, now that we're in this situation where we're looking at NFL JV, well, guess what? Now you guys are going to have to reap the benefits of the doubt. And because of that, you are now going to have to face the same criticism as an NFL player. Have fun. You guys asked for more money. Well, guess what? If you're not playing to the standards of what you're earning right now, guess what? You're screwed. You want $4 million? You got to be kidding me. Get out of my room. Get the hell out of my locker room. You don't even deserve that money. You didn't earn it. You aren't a part of my team if you want that BS. And you think the fan base is going to like this? Nope. Oh, heck no. I can go call friends in Knoxville right now. In fact, let me get one on the phone right now. Because I know a guy that is a Tennessee guy. Shout out my boy Tyler Fortney, by the way. But no, dude, this is a disgrace of what you've allowed at this point in college football. So, again, you got no one to blame but yourself because y'all wanted this. So guess what? This is what you're going to get. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Just wanted to get on here and talk about this for a little bit because it needs to get addressed. This whole holdout that we're dealing with right now, it needs to be addressed. And I think people need to really dial in and listen to this. The kid's not worth $4 million. Not with what you have right now. Not with what he put out on the field last year. He ain't even close. Does he touch the field for Tennessee? That's the new question that we have to ask ourselves. Will he even be able to compete at that level again? Will he even be able to suit up ever again in the orange and white? Is he going to hit the portal? God, I don't know. I guess we'll find out after spring once we get to the month of May. That'll wrap it up. See you guys later. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Peace.